that's not gonna smell pretty. Of course, I'm wearing headphones, but apparently they're totally superfluous at the moment. And the lighting is terrible, as I can see. The only reason I'm going live is not for any particular reason, except to check in or to check out for a while, as the title says. I'm holding this up. I shouldn't hold it up. I should have it on this. Sorry, I'm on bed, which is my most favorite place in the whole world. Because it is. Alexa, turn on light. That helps. So. Okay. Here I am. This is me. This is how I do. I press play and then I just figure this shit out as I go along. So as a lot of you may know, most of my home state, I was going to say beloved, but I have mixed feelings about it. I always have. The beloved state of California is mostly on fire. We had electrical storms a few days ago, and it produced just little to no rain, and with lots of lightning. You never get those. I mean, it'll happen in the mountains, but this time it's in low lands as well, and it just created fires everywhere. I was house sitting at the time, about 30 miles where I live, in the Bay Area, and there were two cats and a lovely lady, Staffordshire, who was so sweet, and I had letting him bed. My teenager to do. And all night long, he was so terrified. It was just constant thunder, and actually lots of rain. I was at lots of rain. And he was just oh. He was just running baby all night. And we finally fell asleep. Neither one of us could sleep. And we finally fell asleep in the hours, probably about 3:34 in the morning, exhausted, of course. When enormous crack lightning was right overhead, and I was surprised it didn't go through the house, because that's what it felt like. It was terrifying. I've never experienced anything like that in my life. It actually sounded like the house exploded, and the both of us jumped several inches off the bed. So it was really quite something. And now most of the state's on fire. I was supposed to be there until the end of today, but the mother of the woman who I was house sitting for, of the couple, her mother lived I don't know, a few miles north, and she had to evacuate. Her mother was quite frail. Had her legs and her hips specifically were really out of whack. And she had to walk with two canes, and she had a dog, two horses. She managed to get the horses boarded. just south of San Francisco, on the ocean side. Someone who lives in the town of Pacifica, which is right on the ocean, was able to take the horses. And Pacifica's nice and safe, very unlikely to catch on fire because it's always enshrouded in fog. Um, like I said, it was right in the water. Um, but she was way, way up on the. This is such a flattering angle. Whatever, you'll see. My neck folds, jerky neck folds. Anyway, she had to come down, and it was really hard getting her settled in. The house that I was sitting at, it's kind of like up on a hill, so there's this steep length of stairs that you had to go up and down to get to the door. And I'm no longer a cadaver. I've gained my weight back and then some. But I lost so much muscle tissue with my illness. And I had to go up and down these stairs, unloading her car. And I think she felt really bad for me. There was just no choice. Someone had helped her load up her car and was just like throwing stuff in there in sort of a manic way and didn't give the woman any opportunity to like tell her to like, no, please load it this way and this needs to go here because I need to access it first. Or I mean, there was no rhyme or reason. So like all of her electronics, her cell phone, and like her toothbrush and all that stuff got buried in the trunk underneath all these paintings that needed to go but didn't need to be accessed necessarily. So, and the pet dishes were buried underneath all of that stuff. So it was just kind of a pain in the ass that everything ended up having to get unloaded. And why do I have the headphones on? I can't hear what I'm recording. I was just working on some music, so I switched tasks, and so there's all of that and the fires. But probably the worst of it for me at the moment is the fact that early last week, one of my brothers, I have several, notified me and the brother that I live with that our mom has decided to end dialysis. She's been stage 5 kidney failure for quite a few years now. And I don't blame her. I mean, it's a personal decision, what to do with one's own body. I've always firmly believed that. That's not... Nobody has a right to tell you. Even if you want to get fucked up on drugs or whatever it is that is your jam, my belief is like, if you're not hurting anybody else, do your thing. If you get to the point where you're having to like lie and cheat and steal, then that's a problem. So, I mean, I'm all for legalizing all drugs, legalizing prostitution, making sex work safe. That's where I'm at. I'm hyper liberal. Make suicide free and accessible. It's everything, all of that. It's like, it's your body. It's just an avatar. It's just an avatar. So, and my mom's just not having a good time. She's not having a good time. She can barely leave the house. She can't function. So, who am I to say? Stick around. She's 89. She's had a good go of it. And I'm the one that talked her into doing dialysis a few years ago. So, and it did help her for a while. So I'm getting ready to go out there. And she has a palliative care team that will be coming to her home, which is really nice. So she doesn't have to go somewhere. That's always been her thing. It's like, I want to live independently all the way to the end. I don't want to be in some home. I don't want to be hooked up to machines. I don't want any of that. I want to die in my own bed in my own home. And choosing kidney failure. Her mother died of dementia. Her father lived to be 99. And he was completely with it up until like almost the very end. Almost the very end, which is amazing. But her mother lost it around age 80. And my mom's big terror is to lose her mind. Dementia has always been her biggest fear. That's just the hardest way to go. I've got two good friends right now that are both losing their moms to dementia. And it's just, it's death by 1,000 cuts. I can't imagine, I just can't imagine. I definitely will not go that way. I won't. I know that's not going to happen to me. I don't know how I'm going to go, but I know that won't be mine. Although my dad's mom lived to be 93, I want to say. No, she was older than that. Shoot. She was born in like 1902. She was up there. She was well into her 90s. But she was out of it at the end there. So I'll be bringing my laptop with me. But I just don't know. I can't really anticipate how much I'm going to be able to do videos. I expect my mom will sleep a lot. She's going to be really tired. She's already been off dialysis for almost 4 weeks now. And once she slips into a coma, I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I might. I don't know how strong I'm going to be at that point. If I'm going to like talk to her and read to her every night and hang on to the very end, or if I'm going to be like, I don't feel her there. If I feel her presence still there, I will stick around. But if I feel her presence gone, I probably won't. Some people are really like, I'll stay to the end just out of principle kind of thing. But for me, it's about if I feel them there. If I don't feel them there, but then there's like all the shit. Then it's like cleaning out our apartment. I mean, maybe I'll need to stay to like help the boy just clean out my brother and his partner. Just like, because that's going to be a needed thing. And do I need to? Does it make sense for me to just hang out until that happens so that I can help clean out our apartment? Or yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense, but it's gonna see, I don't even know. I don't even know. So I'm just like winging it. I'm winging it. I've when my dad died, my mom just was like, I was so engulfed in grief I couldn't face any of that because it was so sudden. Because he shot himself. And my mom was just like, I'm getting rid of everything that reminds me of him. Out, out. Even though I begged her to wait, I was like, I'm too engulfed in grief and all the other shit that had happened outside of that in my life that I'm not going to go into. But it was like there's like, when I took psychology, they listed out all the stressful things, all the most stressful things. It was like losing a job, losing a partner, losing a home, losing a parent. There were like the 5 top stressful things. And I went through all of them in a matter of like 3 months. So I was a wreck. And I begged my mom to like not do any of that, to just please wait so that I could do it with her. And she can't confront her own darkness. She can't just sit there and live in that space and live in those emotions in order to just be with them and process them. Whereas I can't do anything but do that. I can't do anything but live in those emotions and process them. To me, it's inescapable. And to her, it's like, run away, run away. And for her, it was like, it's just reminders of him everywhere. So if I get rid of all the reminders, if I get rid of all the triggers, then I can just move on with my life. And it just doesn't, I mean, maybe that's great. If I could have done that, maybe it just doesn't work that way with me. I'm forced to just deal with it. I don't have a choice. So, no, I've never lost my mother. And I think with the same-sex parent partner, I think with the same-sex parent, maybe it's, I don't know. She and I didn't get close until after my dad died anyway, or when he was sick. We started getting close, and then after he died, we got really close. And then we traveled a lot. We became travel buddies. So, I mean, that's going to be my lead-in when I go visit her, is talk about all the good times traveling. So that'll be nice. But I'm like, I'm so stressed about going. Like today and tomorrow, there's just a little bit of stuff I need to do to get ready. I don't own a suitcase anymore. All I have is a duffel bag. And there's no way in hell I'm going to be walking the airports with a duffel bag. The last time I traveled, I went to the NAMM show down in LA. It's the North American Music Marketers. convention. And all I had was a duffel bag. And it was ridiculous, like carrying my duffel bag. And it was just one little flight down to LA. And it was so fucked up having to walk through the airport with a duffel bag. It's like, no, I need one of those rolling ones. And back when I had a suitcase, it was the kind that it was like a lean and roll. And now they have the ones that you just they're so much nicer and so much easier to do. So that's what I'm gonna get, and I think I'm gonna get it today. So that's what I need to do, and I have stuff to clear out of the back of my car. Some electronics that I need to drop off at the e-waste place, and some smuts from when I got the last plant, when I got my palm tree, my date palm, and it like leaned over and spilled some dirt. I need to clean that out because I want to leave my car clean. And just a couple of little things. Let's get ready, because I'll probably be gone for quite a few weeks in the hottest part of the year. I can't tell you how many times I've been to Arizona the hottest part of the year. Like I have gone there in the winter, and it's lovely, it's nice. But most of the time, I end up just going during monsoon season, and it's freaking miserable. You can't go outside without, combusting. This is going to be the first time I've gone in a long time where I haven't driven. I usually drive, but I don't have that car anymore. And the car I have now, I don't really trust it to make the trip, which feels weird to me. The last time, well, I bought a car, brand new car. It was my beautiful baby. It was a Pontiac G6. It's a beautiful sports sedan, and she drove like a dream. I bought her specifically so I could take all these trips out to see my mom with my little kid, and just drove like a dream. Panoramic sliding sunroof, amazing stereo with satellite system, so I could listen to all the way across the desert. And I'd always leave it no later than 5 in the morning so that I could avoid all the LA traffic. And I would go the back way, behind San Bernardino and Tehachapi, go the Tehachapi way, if any of you know what I'm talking about. Through Adelanto and Tehachapi and behind the San Bernardino Mountains. That's the best way to do it. Then you avoid all that, the Grapevine and Magic Mountain bullshit and the worst of the traffic. And then, yeah. And I can't remember the exact point of looping back around onto the 210. You do get on the 402 at one point, but for a very short duration. Then you get on the 210 and then over to the 10. And then you're on, just not too far from Indio at that point. And then it's just straight on shot through. So you really do, you like save so much time. But it's still an 11-hour drive, I mean, that's the best time I ever made. So, yeah. And physically, even if I had a good car, I can't do it anymore. Around hour 7, my hands would just start to lock up. as it was. I couldn't find a good position on the steering wheel. I know I'm rambling. I couldn't find a good position on the steering wheel anymore. Even back then. My hands would just ache. And I'd be, as far as I could tell, I wasn't gripping the steering wheel hard or anything. I would be just like holding them nice and loose and, and just, and I'd be using cruise control and stuff so that my feet and my knees wouldn't be too hard. I would have to fill up for gas. I would leave with a full gas tank, and I'd have to stop one time somewhere around Bakersfield-ish area, usually before I would get to the Tehachapi. We'd stop right before it would go up the hills to before like the Tejon Ranch area. I'd stop in Bakersfield, like at the very end, and pull over, fill up the gas tank, get snacks, use the toilet. But I'd get like a big bottle of some kind of diet soda or something and a can of Pringles. But I would like snack lightly and sip lightly so that, just kind of barely keep myself fed and hydrated just a little bit. And then, yeah. So 2 tanks of gas. To me, that's pretty cheap. Be cheaper than 2 airfares. Because not till recently when everything crashed, 2 airfares would be like $400 to fly me and my kid out there. But now, post cancer, I can't sit for that long. I can't even sit up for that long vertically. After it's like the best I can do, the very best I can do is like 3.5 hours sitting. Maybe it's closer to 4 hours, but I can manage a flight. To the middle of the country or to maybe Hawaii. But not that kind of drive. The reason I'm thinking that is because now going out there, I'm going to have to figure out some kind of vehicle situation because she doesn't have a car anymore. Because when Boudica, my beloved Pontiac G6, all the major systems started failing or getting recalled, I gave her up and gave her to my mom, who then donated her, although she didn't do the proper paperwork. She didn't file the proper paperwork. She didn't, I don't think she signed it over properly to the Wounded Veterans charity. Or they didn't do it properly or something. I don't know. Because I still get notifications regarding that car. But, whatever. I signed away my liability. So, I'm not legally bound to the car, but she gave me her car. And I had it for a week. And I took it to AAA. I had AAA at the time. I got it serviced and was so proud. I had like a full, like 62-point vehicle inspection or whatever. Got fully serviced, oil changed, tune up, and everything. It was great. Picked up my daughter from school. Was about ready to drive home and got massively rear-ended at like 45 miles an hour, which totaled the car. Yeah. So that was weird. And then we went to chiropractic. And then, which we really, really needed. And then the chiropractor adjusted me, and he wasn't really present. And usually, when they go to adjust your neck, they give you the moment to, like, okay, take a nice deep breath, and then exhale, and then they like adjust you. But this one time, he was just like doing his banter like he always does. And la da 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 da, and this and that, and it's going to be a beautiful day, or don't you feel positive, or whatever. And I'm just like, yeah, okay, whatever. And I wasn't ready, and he just like, and I was tight when he did it. And now I have herniated C5, C6. So that's messed up. And the cancer has me messed up down in my sit area. So there's stuff. And that's why I'm disabled. Womp womp. So I don't know how much I'm going to be doing. I will definitely be blogging. So, I mean, definitely check out Orions.band to see what is over there. Yeah, to stay in touch. Or maybe what I'll do is I'll just keep doing like little live thingies here and then cross post them over to Orion's Band, which is what I do anyway, but I don't know about like YouTube. I don't know about like the live thingies. It's going to upload too easily. I don't know about my mom's like Wi-Fi and shit. And I think YouTube maybe has some kind of preference to like scheduling live stuff. And maybe I'll do that. I'll just like go, hey, I'm going to do a live Tarot Tuesday. Wee! Maybe that's what I should start doing. It's just like live Tarot Tuesdays so that you guys can ask me questions and I can do like live readings. I don't know. What do you think? My 4 subscribers. What do y'all think? Maybe that'd be cool. I don't know. So anyway, I'm going to end off here because I've been blathering for half an hour, which is kind of my typical thing. Back in the day when voicemail was a much bigger thing than it is, it was not unusual for me to go, oh, I got this person's voicemail. Well, let me tell you all of the thoughts that I would have shared with you had I actually caught you live and spoken with you. Oh, your voicemail ran out. Let me call you back and continue all of my thoughts. And it was not unusual for me to do that 4, 5, 6 times to leave you all of my thoughts. Yeah, very much like this live video. My one brother whom I live with learned, because he was the one that I most frequently would do that with. He learned that once he got the first voicemail from me, he would just go like, oh shit, he would just like delete it and just call me and go, oh, so you called, what did you want to say, rather than like wading through you have 10 messages. The first one was from me. And he'd be like, okay, in all likelihood, the remaining 9 messages are from her. So, yeah. Just laughing because it's so fucking stupid. I can't believe I would do that. It's so fucking stupid. Oh my god. And I never even gave it a second thought. Holy shit. Oh. Yeah. Yep. Oh my god. Yeah. So, Alexa, turn off Lumi. Peace and love, my friends. Hopefully, I'll be able to see you soon and to just, I don't know, whatever. I hope you found this entertaining. Love you all. Bye.